I have my first weird thing going on with the Corvette. It's probably just some, I think it has to do with Bluetooth connecting and just not like having the proper sync. That's my theory anyway, but this is what's going on. My stereo system isn't like working at all. Like it's just nothing. And then when I do my turn signals, no sound. If I hit volume up, nothing's popping up on the screen. I imagine that just shutting this thing off and doing a little, restart on it. Like, I got out. Do. This should fix it. But it didn't. So maybe we have an issue. It is no bueno. No bueno! No bueno, Corvette! What this schmidgen? I didn't notice this before, but there's a red light for OnStar. I don't know what that means. I've never noticed that. So I don't know if that means that it can't communicate with OnStar right now or what. That's kind of my guess. Okay, so I'm gonna just disconnect the battery and see if that can reset whatever stupid issue I have going on right now. Let's see if that has helped, and we'll hopefully be back up and running with some sound, because the sound is pretty awesome. And, well, that thing's still red, so I'm guessing that it's not going to work. I know that's open. I know that's open. Wants me to do the reset, but nothing's working here. Stop. So that sucks. And hitting the OnStar button does nothing. It says that the instrument panel fuse block is behind the glove box, and there's also another one that we probably don't need to get to that's behind there. So they're both inside, and it says that we do this somehow. I'm not sure how. Okay, you just squeeze. Okay, we just squeeze right there. And then I gotta get that out again. And there goes the glove box. Okay, well, now that we figured that out, that was a pain. Now we got access to the glove box. Well, I cannot find any blown fuses in here, so that kind of sucks. I'm just going to put it back together, and I guess what we're going to do is call the dealer, because this sucks. I checked the fuse box and at least everything that I could find. There's nothing that says OnStar, and there's nothing that says Infotainment Center in there. So I checked all the fuses that I had no idea what they were, and this is just what kind of came up with. Nothing. So I guess this is something that the dealer's going to have to figure out, because I can't. We didn't take apart the interior for any of this to happen, so that's disappointing. I'm still going to drive it, I guess. Hopefully nothing else is going on. And it seems like everything else is working. Like the turn signals are working, even though the sound for the turn signals isn't working. The turn signals are working. I don't have nav. I don't have PDR. I don't have like any of this stuff. I'm kind of suspecting there's something wrong with the PDR that has, messed things up. The only thing that I can think of is the last couple of days that I've had it, instead of it starting in the nav only or the or like the audio only, it's starting in that split screen. It was like it was going to the wrong thing, something that I didn't, go to, that I don't even use, the split screen where it has the audio and the nav. So I don't know, something maybe was just wrong with the infotainment system itself. Just sucks. So, but everything else seems to be working. Okay, so I just got told by one of my contacts at GM that Orland Charles, the guy who basically runs the whole Corvette program, said disconnect this for 5 minutes and we'll see what happens. That should do a full system reboot. So I'm going to disconnect the battery for much longer than I had it done before, and hopefully that does it. Okay, battery is disconnected. We'll give it 5 minutes. Starting now. So what are we going to do? Nothing. We're going to do nothing for 5 minutes, which will be really nice for once. Okay, it's been about 6 minutes, 7 minutes now. So for good measure, we went a little bit extra, and hopefully this works, because I don't really want to give it to a dealership. Do. Uh-oh. That's a bad sign. Still red. Hood open, I know. It's weird because the audio chime for like the door being open works, but then nothing else. Turn signals don't work. I wonder if the reverse cam comes on. That's interesting. That's really interesting. And there's an 82 mile per hour top speed with the hood open, apparently. Well, that's weird. So, does this work if I, let's say, okay, so nothing else is working. That's really, really weird. So my buddy Mike Davenport said leave the door open for 90 seconds. He said 89 seconds won't do it, so shut the car off and leave the door open for 90 seconds, and that should do some kind of restart as well. So we'll give that a shot as well. Okay, so it's been a little bit since we opened this door, but that was still red and still nothing. So neither one worked. I think that this is going to require a dealership. So OnStar's still stuck on red. This is just weird that like reverse works. Like, I don't know that audio in reverse works. Let's find out. Let's get close to that dumpster. Do. Huh. So the... Whoa. What the hell was that? Do you guys see that? That was weird. Do you see the screen? Like, the screen definitely freaked out for a sec. So normally when I pull into my garage, I use the front camera in order to line it up with the checkered floor, but I can't do that. So hopefully this is where I'm supposed to be. And maybe this will be all resolved in the morning. Okay, so is it still there? And OnStar light isn't, it's red now. It's still there. Looks like it's not gonna work. This is after a day of sitting. Everything else seems to work, but like even this works. Still very confused about that. Wait, what the heck just happened? You guys see that? It like blipped off. I don't know, something's up. There's thinking that there's an OnStar failure, but also check this out, like the auto lift stuff still works. Like, so it knows my location. It's not like a GPS failure. So I was on my phone and on Bluetooth, and it all started syncing. Like I don't know what just happened, but it all started working again. The PDR is recording. Like everything's, I think everything's working. Do I have Yep, audio's working. Now I'm gonna contact the GM dealership that I'm on the way to tell them, no, forget it. Oh no. I just got back in it after it sat for a little bit, and that right light is red. It was working. Everything was working fine. Son of a bitch. We were on the way to the dealer, and it was fine, and now it's not. Again. I've been trying to drive over certain bumps, thinking maybe it's a loose connection somewhere that, you know, just needs to be kind of grounded again or something. But nothing's happening, and nope, nothing's changing. I'm gonna have to make that appointment with the dealership again. So we have nav not working, OnStar not working, and then the audio, the screen not working. So, off to the dealer. Okay, so we are gonna pick the car up at Ciocca. Ciocca Chevrolet, that's where we brought it to get the infotainment system replaced. Let's go in and find out what actually went wrong. Basically, they found out, and I'm gonna just like read it here, is that the radio module assembly is internally shorted out and will not communicate. Replace radio module assembly and programmed as necessary. And I guess it's good. That's the hope. And they're gonna bring it out right now. Now, there's some things that I just can't do. I couldn't actually pull some of the codes. U0184 code. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that code is. But I'm happy that I'm getting her back now. And the process was pretty painless. I dropped it off on Thursday, and I'm getting it today. They just had to order that new module. That was it. Alright, it's working again! So the radio module did short out apparently internally. That's just like, that's weird. I'm pretty happy with you know, what the process was. It was painless. The dealership was able to get me in right away. I was able to get parts right away, which is good because I was worried about that with it being so new of a car, parts availability, especially with all this going on, and the strike that happened. I was really scared that this was going to take a long time. Luckily, mine wasn't a catastrophic failure of any sort. This is a brand new car. They have been working out, whatever little bugs. Basically, the first 2,700 of them out there, I feel like we're like beta testers of this car. And some of the feedback is going to make its way into the production that's still going to be in the 2020 model year. So I'm not upset that this has happened. It's still a wonderful car. Having that happen sucks, but I do expect, I'm realistic here. We're lucky that to even have these things, and I'm really thankful for Ciocca Chevy for taking care of me so quickly and keeping my car inside, because I just had all sorts of fun stuff done to it, as you guys probably saw in the previous video. And yeah, I'm looking forward to ripping on it. Heard the track is opening on Wednesday, so that means that we're going to take those fancy welds and see what we can do with it, and hopefully not break an axle. Okay guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video, and stay tuned. Adios.